This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. And I actually watched the AEW Dynamite from Winnipeg. Someone posted it on YouTube. It's been taken down, but I watched it first thing this morning and I'll do a review of it. First thing I want to say is this is the first Dynamite I've seen since the debut episode. And the most recent WWE program in full that I saw was Raw from Ottawa. And the Dynamite from Winnipeg was much better than the Raw from Ottawa. The Raw from Ottawa, I would give a 2 out of 10. The Dynamite from Winnipeg, considering the times, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The worst, my biggest critique of the Dynamite from Winnipeg is this crap that I keep seeing in AEW. They allow in tag team matches for the ref to continue pins when there's an illegal man in the ring pushing down or touching the guy pinning. That's not the first time I've seen this in AEW. And I just don't get what's the point of having refs if they, or even tag matches. Why have the tags in tag matches if people can just pin their opponents like that? So yeah, I'd give it a 7.58 out of 10. The hot crowd really made it more exciting compared to like the Raw from Ottawa. The crowd was dead and flat, and there was so little actual wrestling on the Raw from Ottawa that it was just incredibly boring. So, and the matches were better in AEW. It did start off with an almost 20-minute promo segment, though, with MJF. And I have to say, the MJF bar mitzvah segment, it started off really good. And then it went into a lot of talking with Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara. I'm not saying it was horrible. It was just dragged out for 20 minutes. It was too long. And the other thing about it was they put down Dark, Elevation, and Rampage in it because they had Jungle Boy say to MJF, "You're not even on Dark, Elevation, or Rampage. You never appeared on any of those shows. You're only on Dynamite." As if, okay, so Dynamite's the big show and the other shows are crap. So they're putting down their own shows. And Darby Allin brought up that there's so many people in AEW online complaining about the company. So I don't know if drawing attention to that is good. So I'll go through what I saw of it, and I'll keep it brief. So it started with that 20-minute promo, and as I said, it wasn't bad at all. As far as MJF's entrance and the bar mitzvah stuff, it was actually pretty funny, but it just went on too long with each of these other three people talking, and it ended up with, of course, MJF getting thrown into the cake. I just felt it ended flat. The him getting thrown in the cake looked a little set up, but the actual start of bar mitzvah, it was actually pretty funny with putting him on the chair and he was making out with one of the girls. He was escorted down with like 4 girls, like Ric Flair. They all kissed him on the cheek and he made out with the last one. I thought that part was good. It just didn't have the best finish. Then there was the trios match, which again, this was Adam Page and Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, who I guess Stu Grayson had been out of the company for a while and is back, against John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, or however you pronounce the last name, and Wheeler Utah. Which, as I said, the refereeing kind of took me out of this match, but other than the crappy refereeing, the match wasn't bad. TBS Championship match, Jade Cargill did a very quick squash job to Nicole Matthews. Squash match, it was what it was. Nicole Matthews, I've never heard of her, but apparently Apparently, she's popular in Canada, but I've never heard of her. There was a segment of QTV, which I guess was a backstage segment with QT Marshall. Better to do it backstage where they can do cuts and make it better. It did turn out better. It wasn't an in-ring promo thing, and it did turn out better than I expected having a backstage. So I'm completely neutral commenting on that. AEW Championship match: Orange Cassidy against Jeff Jarrett. This was better than I expected. I didn't mind this match. Jeff Jarrett's in as good a shape as ever. So there you go. It's nice to see Jeff Jarrett in action. I'm not the biggest Jeff Jarrett fan, but there's a recognizable face. And as I said, that match was better than any of the matches I saw from the Raw in Ottawa. And apparently, Saraya, Ruby Soho, and Tony Storm did a little promo. That was all right. The main event was the House of Black, Brody King, who I've interviewed, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black versus the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho, Daniel Garcia, and Sammy Guevara. The crowd was so crazy in this match. It was a great match from a crowd standpoint, which the House of Black retained the titles in that match, which I guess you couldn't have either Jericho or Omega go over because they're both local, but the crowd was going nuts whenever Jericho and Omega were in the ring. So there you go. Yes, it does look silly with refs doing pins like that. It's stupid, and it takes me completely out of the match. It's just dumb, and the wrestlers doing it is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Takes me out of the match. I'm calling this as neutrally as I can. As I am saying, this is the first Dynamite I've seen. And it's because I am by far the number one YouTube channel for wrestling based in Canada. So I should be reviewing stuff like this. And as I said, the props to the Winnipeg crowd. You guys were a great crowd.